What's up, people? This your boy JR Never Sleeps, and I'm just gonna call this thing working title because I don't have a title for what I'm doing right now. But I'm here with the living legend himself, Mr. Nightlife, Mr. Business, Mr. South Beach, the legendary living legend himself, Ron Gucci. What's up, Ron? How you doing today?
What's good, people? Ron Gucci, we always blessed. We always blessed. We here, we're living. We all right.
You know the vibes. You know the vibes.
know the
By the way,
vibes.
go to rongucci.com if you're in Miami and you need. What do you have? What type of products you have?
Anything and everything you need in Miami. And everything you need. Not just in Miami. In fact, you live in life. Since we are based here in Miami Beach, so you need the nightlife, the yachts, the cars, the mansions. You name it.
Yeah.
We're able to do that for you. And you want to move here, you want to buy a property, you want to rent a property, we got the real estate done too. So whatever you need, you want to invest, you want investors, or whatever you need,
Yeah.
we got that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? We got everything you need. So yeah, that's where we at.
Okay, cool. So go to rongucci.com. Of course, you know the vibes. So off camera, we were just kind of sitting there, just shooting the shit like we always do when we're around each other. But we were really talking about what's for you is for you, and what's for other people is for other people. And you showed me a meme. It was like Jay-Z made his first one. What was it? What was his meme?
Yeah, I think what is that? Like Jay-Z at the age that he made his first album. You're talking about First Million.
Yeah.
Talking about the age that Samuel Jackson had his biggest movie act, and it's just like that. Like at the age, it was just more about the age. Like so, it's the drive. So we started talking about everybody had their own drive. You have your own drive to get you to where you at, and we have examples of people who's not even a year old already have accounts under their name, and billionaires and millionaires already.
Yeah.
You know, got babies who can't even speak who already have an album.
Yeah.
Talking about DJ Khaled, you know what I mean? So we have those things, but we led to the talk of everybody stay on your direction. So, everybody have a different drive.
Right.
And it's just like, you mentioned that too, saying that stay on your lane, but you got to stay on your lane. But the main part thing about, staying in your lane, you got to know your lane.
You got to know your lane.
You got to know your lane.
Man. And I think even in the social media world, it's so easy to compare yourself to other people. But here's the thing that people don't even consider, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want other people's problems.
Never.
You don't want other people's problems. Because even like you mentioned, just little kids, but DJ Khaled's kid, or whatever, right? He's a Grammy award-winning child, right? But we also don't know that maybe when he gets older, he might feel the pressure of being DJ Khaled's son. How does it feel to society might look at it like you'll never get the credit for the things that you do. They'll be like, oh, here's DJ Khaled's kid, or you're just Beyonce and Jay-Z's kid. Yeah. So someone did this for you, so they'll never have that feeling of accomplishment.
You already had that that leeway. You already had that lip. So of course, it's not gonna be the same as somebody who have to fight to get to to any level where they at.
Yeah.
And we seen the example too. So we have I could use Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Because people saying he got crazy at a certain time after the fame and all that. You have to understand at the age it started. He was doing things that that exposed to things like grown people can't even handle at an age that he's not even he doesn't even know from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like that. So that will get to you to do so to have you act certain ways that's not where it's at. So you definitely don't want other people's problem.
I don't want Justin Bieber problem. I would not want to be Justin Bieber. To be honest,
the reality is just with the now that we have with that, we are living in a social media world right now. That's what people see, and that's what they want, and that's how they want to live. Which is, for me, I always call it, social media is an illusion, and you only see the end result of what anybody is talking about, saying, doing, or showing you. Yeah. They show you what they want you to see. They don't wake up showing you that they're brushing the teeth. They don't.
Or not brushing the teeth.
Or not brushing the teeth. Like they took a shower, not taking a shower. You don't know that part. You just see they got a clean outfit on and they out. You know what I mean? So that's all you see.
Or you're not even seeing what they had to do to get that clean outfit.
To get that clean outfit. Yeah. So you don't know none of that part. You just know that, okay, you know, so and so is out in the club doing this, or they see they driving this car, but you don't know the steps they took to get there. So that you have to be able to stay on your lane, but also you got to figure out your lane. Because if you've seen what Jared is doing, and you thinking like, okay, that's what I'm about to do, I'm gonna do the same thing. No, you don't know how Jared started to get to that level. You don't know the sacrifices that he did, the struggles, how many times he fell to do it. The only thing you could do is take the knowledge and, you know, seek for the knowledge and get the lesson that he got to tell you, okay, this is the route I took. Even then, you're still gonna make your own mistake.
Yeah.
So you gotta know where you're going and how to move forward with that. And that's just how it is. People don't. It's unfortunate, but that's just what it is, man. It's a fast life. Everybody want what they see on Instagram. They want what they see on any kind of social media, because that's what everybody. That's what's going on.
And the funny part is that, like, once you obtain like a goal, or once you attain a thing, it's never gonna be what it seems. Like, I mean, the NBA Finals was what, maybe a month ago, and it was funny that all right, you take like a Giannis, right? So Giannis just won the NBA championship, right? After like being an immigrant, selling like watches on the street and trying to take care of his family and just, you know. And he wins the NBA championship, and then they interview him, and the first thing he says is like, hey, we gotta do it again next year. Like, he didn't even like really like be present in the moment of like, hey, I just won the NBA championship. I just like basically did the American dream or whatever. He just focused on the next thing. So it's like, sometimes it's like when you reach a goal, it's really just never even what it seems. It doesn't feel how you think it's gonna feel when you get it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a theory for that, you know, and it's not, the focus should not be on a goal. You see, like, if you trying to settle for just reaching a goal, you ain't going nowhere. Because, and it's the same thing as money, you know. You could have any amount of money, but certain things you will never be able to get done. Because you know people who got the most money on earth and still can have they cannot have a happy family. You know, they divorcing or they killing themselves. Like, that's just what it is. And the goal, if you after money, this is what I'm saying. If you after money, you will always be, you will never be happy, right? Because you want more. You always want more. Yeah. You always gonna want more. You reach that gap, you've made that first million, you can't stay there no more. You can't stay on just, I made $1 million, I'm good.
And you got different problems. Now you gotta take that money.
You got now you got the $1 million problem. You know what I mean? At first you had the $200 problem, you had the $1,000 to $10,000 problem. Yeah. Now you got the $1 million problem.
Right.
And once you make that other million, you're gonna have the $2 million problem. You just gotta, and that's just how I see it to myself. Like, life is really, really, really about finding the way to live it, because that's just all you're supposed to be doing, living life. Yes, of course you understand, like, there's the conditions or the rules that impose on you on this earth, that you got to do certain things to actually live life. Then you got to go for that, but you have to find your lane and find what makes you happy, and this is what it is.
How do you think, what's the best way to, or I guess maybe I should ask, like, how do you think you found your lane? Like, what was your process like to find your lane?
To be honest, I'm still trying to find my lane in a 100%, a 1000% way. Yeah. But I do know what makes me happy. I do know where, if I'm doing this, I'm good with it. I can move forward in that level. So you finding your lane would be, for me, it would be the thing that makes you happy, the things that you wake up and look forward for to do. You know, because it's not, if you can be at this job, you're making as much money as you can, but you hate being there, that's not your lane.
I don't even think that's success.
It's not at all. Yeah. That's not success. So you got to find out the thing that you like to do even when you're not making money. The things that you are eager to do even when you're not getting paid for it. Yeah. this is your lane. This is the things that you want. This is what you gotta stay focused on and be the best at it, and the best you could ever be at it.
So how do you think? What's the formula to find that balance? Because everyone, the reality is we all need money. We all need to survive. We have to pay our rent, our mortgage. Some people have kids. We gotta even get clothing for ourselves and socks and food and stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you find the balance of having like stable income or abundant income, and also having like the kind of, I guess, freedom to like really do what you want to do what makes you happy? Because a lot of people are afraid to do that. There's a lot of people who are afraid to like step out and be like, oh, I want to do this because I really enjoy doing this, and I'll just let everything write itself.
It's all about the education that we get. It's all about the expectation that the society put upon us. Anybody, that's what caused you to be, in certain situations like you can't really go for what you really want to do. I've if I take example of myself, I love taking examples of myself because I feel like I've been through all the stage to get to where I'm at, right? So you got the good and the lows and the bad, but it's all about. I don't even use the word fear. Is something that we use. It's the word that we use on every level. People are afraid to do certain things. Like you got to feel like, okay, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this and stuff like that. But if you want to think really, really, really about that, so that you could actually stay away from saying that you fear of doing this, you just fear of doing something that does not even exist.
You fear of
When you said you're afraid of doing something,
right.
You're afraid of doing something that you've never done before. That does not even exist. It's not even there.
Yeah,
so you're just afraid that you're not even like, so why am I being afraid of something that's not even there? So you just gotta go for it. You know what I mean? You just gotta go for it. If you have the ability to go for it, just go for it. If it works, it works. It doesn't work, then you learn.
Yeah, I had a mentor tell me like years ago. He said, fear, FEAR, stands for false evidence appearing real.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. That's it. Because it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there. It's your imagination. You thinking like, okay, this is gonna be hard to do. No, you don't know that. You've never tried it. You didn't take that step.
But I do get the people. I feel like, all right, single guy. It's easy for me to be like, oh yeah, be fearless. I don't have like a kid being like, hey dad, I want to eat right now. I want to eat today. Hey dad, I need shoes. Or hey, or like a wife. Hey, you gotta put, So it's easy for like, I guess, single guys to say that. But there's people who have like real world responsibilities. So how do they navigate that fear, and then also like the fear and like the real world responsibilities that they might have?
So you that's pretty much how do you adjust?
How do you adjust? Yeah.
For me, that would be if you have kids, you have wife.
Yeah.
And then you having that problem of feeding them or not knowing on how you're gonna do so.
Yeah, because people will stay at their job because of their families. Like, they won't do that.
Yeah. You adjusting right now because everything that you start with before you should have been able to, get that first base, that process, should get it right. Which we don't teach that, right? We were not taught those kind of things.
And we learn it on the fly a lot of times.
Exactly. So that I've always said that you gotta put yourself on top of your list. You gotta put yourself on top of your list because no one else will. No one else will. Everybody put themselves, they put all the things in top of the list. No one else will put you. So you got to be able to do for you what no one else will do for you. And with that, with the ability that doing so for you, and then with what you have, then you can do for others. Because you can't give what you don't have. So if you put yourself in a situation where you got kids, you got a wife, you should do the steps to that level. Yes. Life happens. We live in this situation. Life happens.
You learn on the fly. A lot of times you don't realize before.
That's just how it is. Like, you did not plan for that, and then that's the right thing to do now. The biggest thing is you have to be able to put your mind into the situation of understanding where you at, where you want to go, and how to go about it. if you want to stay in your comfortability in that job that you staying at, that's paying you, that you able to pay the rent, you pay for, the food and stuff like that, then that's where you want to be. But if you want to go further, then you have to do that search. You have to find a way, like, how do I get, or what do I like to do? How do I go by owning my own? Or by making, like, because whoever you're working for, they had to process to get to that level.
Right.
To get where they are, to own what they own, or that business you're working for. You could start your own. You could do your own. That freedom, that ability to do it, to not worry about any of this stuff, you start working on your own. I did not get that until I started doing things like being a private contractor and knowing that, creating my own schedule. Because you had to wake up at a certain time to be there, to be that, to do that, because you don't have your own schedule. But if you're able to create your own schedule and have things still working right for you, that's when you start opening your eyes and see everything that's around you, enjoying what you're doing, and also opening your horizon by doing a lot more. That's how it is, man. And it's not an easy process. It's not an easy thing.
No.
You don't just wake up and being able, able to do all that. No. But it's just like, you have to have the determination. You have to have the anger. You have to have the eager to actually look for it, search for it, and want to do it. The willingness to go the extra mile to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it just comes down to like, and even that is a process to really unwrap your mind and unlearn some stuff. Like, because you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't
So
know.
if you kind of search for different things, like seek and you shall find. So if you just keep on doing that process of actually, I think, maybe finding your truth and finding what works for you, and you keep on searching and searching and searching and digging deeper inside yourself, then you do realize, like, oh, I don't have to be afraid. Oh, okay, I got this new piece of information. Okay, I can do things this way, or I can think about things this way. And then I feel like your life will continually get better.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is, as well, is like, I think that it's important to really run toward the fear. Because once you start continuing to run toward the fear, just things get easier.
Yeah.
And you can actually reach where you want to reach. Like, for example, I was just telling you off camera, I was starting, I'm starting this new company, and I'll be honest, a lot of things I had to do, or a lot of money I had to put up, or a lot of different things I had to take care of, I was afraid to do. But I was just like, I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Like, I don't care. So when you do that, that's when you reach the levels you need to reach. And then here's the other thing is, your competition gets left in the dust because they're still stuck at I'm afraid.
I'm afraid, yeah.
So if I'm not afraid, or if I'm still afraid, but I know how to manage my fear, and then people don't know how to do that, the separation between my competition just keeps on getting greater and greater and greater and greater because they're still stuck at I'm afraid.
Listen, if you don't ask the questions, you will never have the answer.
Yeah.
If you don't put your foot in the water, you will never know if it's cold or hot. You know what I mean? Like, unless you see, even if you have to be able to make that step in order for you to know if you're gonna be able to do it. Don't just look on, okay, he did it didn't work.
Yeah.
Or she tried it didn't work. Well, I'm not. But you're not who they are. I'm not you, you're not me.
Right.
So you might have like a longer reach than I do. You know what I mean? So I have to find a way what's gonna work for me. It's the same thing in school. We all the same class, being taught the same thing, but we don't learn the same thing. We don't learn the same way.
And also perspectives. You might be on this side of the classroom, I'm on this side of the classroom.
Exactly. So
different perspective. I'm in the same room as you, but I got different perspectives.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's just how it is, man. It boils down to you finding a way to level your head, knowing exactly how you can manage yourself. Yeah. If you know how to manage yourself, everything else will come to you in an easier way. Nothing is easy. Nothing for you to do. Like, for me to be to where I'm at, it took me a long process.
Yeah.
And I was learning every day of my life. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning today. Still learning. I will be still learning tomorrow. Because that's just how it is. Because every day we move forward, there's more room to go.
And your background, I think you was telling me years ago, you were saying that you used to just really just draw pictures on the street.
Yeah. That was growing up.
Where'd you grow
up? Like kid in Haiti, but I mean I got here when I was like 15, so different.
But
yeah,
that's a long time in Haiti.
Long time. So I was finding ways to make money to survive. It's all about surviving. I used to draw a lot. I used to draw pictures, flowers and stuff like that. So I used to look for the main dates, like the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, the Valentine's
Day, right?
So I used to draw like nice pictures, flowers and stuff like that, and wrote quotes, like write the quote down and go to school and start selling it. You know, like as cards. I used to create my own cards, like the Hallmark. I used to create my own card, cut the little, the boards, draw the flower with pen and pencil.
Yeah.
We have the, and then write the quote and give it to the kids, because I'm talking about kids my age. And then they will give me the 25 cents, the 50 cents to go ahead and give it to the mom, because it's a wonderful gesture that you just did. Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. It's just like the Valentine. That's what I was doing. And at one point, there was where I was staying at, there was a guy who was a great painter. So he used to do those nice pictures and stuff like that. But we using the material that he was using. He was always having the leftovers. So the leftovers, I used to grab them and cut them like in square pieces or great rectangular pieces, and I used everything that he tore away, the paints that he's not using, used the little bucket that whatever they had the paint, take the paint, put in a little something for me, create my own paint brush, and start doing my thing and just lay it out next to him. If you can't buy his big thing, you could buy my small thing, and that's just how I was doing my thing. Yeah, and then I don't do it anymore.
I hope not.
But that was the hustle at the time to get to where I'm like, really doing by any means necessary. But yeah, that was not my lane, but it took me to where I needed to be. You know what I mean? There's a lot more things that I was able to do, that trying this, trying that to see what would work for me. It didn't work. It worked for that moment, but it wouldn't take me to where I'm at now if I didn't shift to the next level. And that's just how it is.
Plug, next level.
Next level, you already know. Next Level Entertainment, that's why I say, that's how I have it. That's why I have that name. Everything we do, we just got to keep going to the next level. The ladder never ends.
The ladder never ends.
It never ends, man. You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep moving if that's where you want to go. And in life, until life stops, man, we're living every day. So you got to keep going. You said that earlier. That life thing don't stop. You just got to keep at it.
That life thing does not stop.
No,
you gotta get up and get after it every single day until your time is up.
Bro, until your time is up.
Yeah.
Until your time is up. You gotta make sure you enjoy it. Make sure you enjoy it. If everything ends today, what do you say?
If everything ends today, what would you say?
Yeah, man. See, I lived a great life. I enjoyed myself. I enjoy the process of underway. Are you able to say that? You know what I mean? That's just where it's at. I didn't start like that. I couldn't say that like a few years ago. You know what I mean? But I'm able to say it right now. I've reached a point where I value I figure out what's the most valuable things to me. You know what I mean?
So with that being said, like, all right, on your headstone, right? You got a birth date, you got a death date, right? You got a dash in the middle. What would you want people to say about that dash in the middle?
That I did everything I could to help any person and anyone that I could in my time. And I did everything I did to live life the best way possible. That's about it.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to serve as many people as I can in the best way possible. If I can make you smile, I can make you happy, that's all that matters to me. I find that out, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I enjoy serving. I enjoy helping you get to that next level. I enjoy helping people figure out the problem that they couldn't. I enjoy helping people enjoying life.
Yeah.
And if I'll be sitting here watching you enjoying life and just, that's great for me. I can go to sleep now.
Yeah,
it's just it sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds like not even a real thing. But I don't even understand it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love to see people happy. I just love to see people doing great. And it's just that's just my thing. And once I got that and I realized how I feel about it, and I stick with that.
Yeah.
I stick with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you even you do a great job of that, especially you know, with I know you do real estate. I know you really for the nightlife services. Mm-hmm. Like you were one of the first people I met when I moved to Miami, and you were like, yeah, we used to play basketball, right? And then I was like, hey, you know, I want to go out to the club or something. And you were like, yeah, come out with me. Yeah. And it was just a crazy experience. I never did. Like I threw parties in Philadelphia before and stuff, but it was just like a whole next level in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely helped me get started out here for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that is something that you are really strong at, is really connecting with people, make sure they're good, make sure they have a good time.
That's it, man. That's I do the best I can. You know, I'm the best that I can, the best of my ability to actually make that happen. And it's in the reality of it too. You see that there's a lot of things like, you know, a lot of people just see the good side of things. They only see like, you know, the highlights and all that, but they don't know the process of. Some people come out here to enjoy their time, or just like some people have a lot of money. They can come here and spend $10,000, $50,000 and just go back home. Everything is great. You also have people that will come here, spend $500 or $200, and that was the most they ever spent anywhere going anywhere, right? So do you want to be able to at least, you know, like you don't know how that person's pocket is. If you spend $200 to get into the venue, I want to make sure at least you like the experience of getting in there, being there alone. You know what? I didn't pop those bottles, but you know the experience, the process of getting there was great for me. So that's just how it is. And to be honest, even some people with that type of money will come in there, will get might not be able to get that right treatment until they start popping bottles. That's when they see people trying to make sure, are you good? Because the service industry is not what you see. If you get to see what goes beyond the scene, behind the scene, then you would understand, like, you know, the importance of having somebody to make sure you're good. Yeah, you know?
It's like, a lot. It's definitely a lot.
It's this, yeah. But yeah, so that's just how it is, and then and that's how myself, you know, I'm if I can, I will. If I can't, I'll tell you I can't.
Right.
And my service is not just for the, you know, I believe everybody's elite to me. You know what I mean? Everybody's elite in their own category. You know what I mean? Like if you want to spend $10,000, I got you. I can make that happen. If this all you got is able to just pay the cover to get in, I got you. Right. And in certain situations, you can't do that, and I can make something happen. I got you.
Trying to do, yeah. Because people are people. Just, like people money don't really mean nothing.
That's just how it is, man. So yeah, I mean, if it doesn't hurt, why not? And it's serving is something that I've always, you know, I've always been in it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as, you know. And then now I'm seeing it, like, you know, being in it, being able, having the ability. You know, when you're serving someone and you were told that, yo, go serve that person or go do this, go do that person. You will do it. And then you probably okay to do it. But the fact that you're being told to do it, you never felt like that way with it. But when you choose to serve someone and you serving that person well, and you see how it feels, because it's deliberately you decide to do it. And you're like, wow, okay, I like it.
And then when they appreciate it, people always remember, thank you goes a long way. Gratitude always goes a long way.
When you appreciate what people do for you. And so and that's just how it is. Man. I start doing it, and I realize how much I love doing it for people, and especially for the one who appreciate the fact that I go the extra miles to make sure that they were good. And that right there just got me. Right. And that's why it stays like that. You know the vibes, man. Stay on the Gucci vibes.
Gucci vibes. Well, hey, where can the people, if you guys are coming down in Miami, if you want to, you know, do, what do you have, clubs, yachts, mansions, jet skis,
everything you need.
Everything
you need, from, you know, the transportation service from the airport to your hotel. Or you need the hotel, you need the yachts, you need the mansions, you need the cars, you need the chauffeur, you need security. Whatever you need, I got you. I can make it happen for you.
Where can they find your stuff?
They can find my stuff at rongucci.com. You get every detail you need is in there. You can follow my gram at ron.gucci. So, and then link up.
Awesome, Ron. This has been super cool. We gotta do this again.
Hey, we gotta keep doing
my
this,
first guest on my working title show. I might just call it Working Title with Jared Never Sleeps. That's a good name. What do you guys think about that name? Working Title with Jared Never Sleeps.
Yes, sir.
Where I interview interesting people that I know. Well, thanks for watching this episode. I don't know where I'm gonna release this or if I'm ever gonna release this, but you can like, you can share, you subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me some love. I don't know when to release it. I don't know what the name of this thing is, but thanks for watching Working Title with Jared Never Sleeps. Go to rongucci.com. I'm at Jared Never Sleeps. Thanks for watching, and good night, good evening, good morning, whatever state of mind you're in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.